It's here, it's here. All right, you heard it here. Sam's got a banger for us. Today, Sam Altman had a big announcement. We have been waiting all week, some have been waiting all month for ChatGPT to finally make an announcement about something. Well, today they've announced ChatGPT agents.
Good morning. We have a banger for you today. We're going to launch ChatGPT Agent.
Agents. Not just for lurking in dark corners anymore. All right, so what is an agent? As they are explaining it, this is a service. You will go into your regular ChatGPT chat, select agent, and then put in the multi-step requests that you have. The agent will then go spin off its own computer. This computer has access to a text browser, to a visual browser, and to a terminal. So this means it can go do a bunch of deep research, like deep research with the text browser, but it can manipulate web pages too. So it could go onto a web page and start clicking links and filling out forms and entering data, whatever that web page might need to get more information. But since it's also got access to a terminal, it could write little apps or scripts if it needs to sort of collate the data that it's collecting or do any other task that might require it. So the prompt that they were showing in their demo today was they were planning on going to a wedding, and so they included the URL to the couple's wedding webpage, and they needed flights and hotel information. They needed outfits that would be weather appropriate for the time and place of the wedding. So they put all of that into a prompt and spun up this agent.
Okay, so we are on ChatGPT, as we all know and love. And to turn on the agent mode, you just click the tools menu and select agent. You can also just type agent in the composer bar and it'll take you to the agent mode. Edward and I have a wedding to go to later this year. Don't forget the gift. So let's see and send the prompt away. As Sam said, agent uses a computer. So in the beginning, it sets up its environment. It'll take a minute or two, or not really, 5 seconds to set up its environment. And in this case, as you see, it understands the prompt. It's asking for me for a clarification. I'm just going to let it just continue and work anyway.
All right, so you saw there that they fired off the agent and it's going to go do a bunch of work. It did ask a question and they actually kind of ignored it and said, I think you have enough data, you'll figure it out.
We gave the agent access to 2 different ways to browse the internet. First, we gave it a text browser, and this is similar to the deep research tool. And this is what lets it really efficiently and quickly read many web pages and search for them. And we also gave it access to a visual browser, and this is similar to the operator tool. And this is what lets it actually interact with the UI of a web page. So it can drag things, it can use the cursor to click around, it can open UI components, it can fill out forms and enter text in text areas. It's very flexible. So those 2 tools are very complementary. And then we also gave it access to its own terminal so that it can run code and it can also generate and analyze files like slide decks and spreadsheets. And then through the terminal, it's also able to call APIs. So both public APIs and APIs to access your private data sources like Google Drive, Google Calendar, GitHub, SharePoint, and many others. And only if you explicitly connect them, similar to deep research connectors. And then it also has access to the image gen API, so it can create nice visuals for slide decks and other things as it's working through its tasks.
All right, so she mentioned something else pretty cool there. They're connectors. So if you want, you can connect this to Google Drive. You could give it access to your Gmail or your Google Calendar or Google Sheets. Sounds like any of the Google products right now. It does sound like they either have or will be rolling out connectors to like Notion and Slack and probably some of the big ones I would expect. So that's kind of cool. So you could add in things like find some hotels and add this trip to my calendar for me. Could you search my email and find the hotel where I stayed at last time that I really liked and then go see if there's any rooms available? That's pretty cool. So the other thing that's cool, this is actually the browser that the agent is using. So you can see sort of what it's doing. And then on top of the browser, it's got this text overlay that's telling you what the thinking is of the agent, telling you what the agent's doing, what it's searching for, sort of its thought process. Which leads to another really cool thing that they mentioned. This agent, like any other agent or assistant in life, could make mistakes or could start going down a path that you don't necessarily want it to. So you can actually interrupt and sort of redirect it or make a correction or an addition if you need to.
Anything else we want to do?
Oh yeah, I also need a pair of shoes because my shoes got damaged
How did they get damaged?
by the rain.
In SF?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, let's get Edward a pair of shoes as well. So, can you also find us pair of men's dress black shoes in size
9.5.
9.5? So one of the key capabilities of the model is being able to interrupt. I think, as trajectories take long time or whatever time, it's really important for it to feel very multi-turn so the users can interject, user can direct it, user can give it more guidance, less guidance, whatever we want to do into its trajectory. There we go. So it says acknowledge the interruption. It said, okay, cool. I'll also research men's black shoes in size 9.5.
Okay, so that's really cool because I definitely know that I will forget a detail now and then. Or even if it starts researching something and you realize, oh, that's not going to work for me. I want to make sure that I narrow the scope or expand the scope. So that's great that they've made it kind of interactive. They did mention that these can take a little bit of time. They're not fast, but they are doing kind of a combination of deep research and web browsing. So I think that's sort of to be expected. They also mentioned the fact that this is, of course, available on mobile. You can use your ChatGPT app and kick something off and then come back to your laptop or your phone later on as it's working.
Given that trajectories can take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on the complexity of the task, a lot of times you might need to help the agent might need to ask you clarifications, confirmations, and things like that. So I love to use it on the go. So I'm going to use my mobile phone to actually send the query this time and then see how it goes. Let's see. Okay, so we are on ChatGPT. I have already selected the agent mode. I've also inputted our cute mascot, and I'm going to quickly paste a query. So query says, make some swag for the team, 1x1 laptop stickers, and order 500 of them. I'll also say, I like sticker mule, which we have used in the past, and send it off.
All right, so he is basically rolling several requests into this because it's an agent. He's got a picture of their mascot. He wants ChatGPT to create an anime-style art image of that puppy and then go out and order some laptop stickers and have them delivered to the office. And he's mentioning that this might take a while, so he's on the go. He maybe needs to respond to some requests from the agent. This brings up a really important point. They mentioned multiple times, do not give your agent sensitive information. While it could go order something for you if it had your credit card information and your address and your phone number, you probably don't want to give it that information. They did mention that they have worked very hard to make this robust against prompt injections, but they also know that there will be more and more bad actors in this field as agents roll out and other technology of this type. Back up a minute. What is a prompt injection? That's sort of like if a nefarious website knew an agent could be coming to it and so was trying to inject its own prompts into your agent. Things like, enter your credit card information. I need you to make a charge for $1,000, hoping that the agent will just respond, oh, okay, I got a new prompt. I'll just answer that. And that's the kind of thing we don't want to happen. So while OpenAI is trying really hard to make sure it's got some beefed up security against that, as hard as OpenAI is working to prevent that, somebody else is working to get around that. So they mentioned multiple times, do not give your sensitive information to this agent. It will come back and prompt you if it needs you to enter information. And that will not go through the agent. That will be you interacting with a website the same way that you would currently.
We're going live today for Pro, Plus, and Team users. Pro users will get 400 queries a month, Plus and Team users will get 40 a month. The rollout should be finished by the end of the day for Pro and very soon for Plus and Team users. We'll try to be live for Enterprise and EDU by the end of this month. As Casey mentioned, although this is an extremely exciting new technology, there are new risks. People learned how to use the internet generally pretty safely, although of course there's still scammers and other attacks. People are going to need to learn to use AI agents, and society's going to need to learn to build up defenses against attacks on AI agents as well. So we're starting with a very robust system, lots of warnings. We will relax that over time as people get more comfortable with it, but we do want people to treat this as a new technology and a new risk surface and use all of the caution that Casey talked about. But that said, we hope you'll love it. This is still very early. We will improve it rapidly. and we're excited to see where it all goes.
So I don't think I could have said it better myself. You heard Sam, it's rolling out today and tomorrow, but you do need a paid account. It's not rolling out for the free subscription just yet. It probably will trickle down. Most of their things eventually do, but for now, this is only for a paid account. I don't have access to it yet, but I am kind of intrigued and excited to go see what I can do and just go play around with it. So you heard Sam. When it hits your screen, go out and play, see what you can do. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.